This is kind of a weird review for me because I I'm reviewing this movie again. Number one reason why, because my opinion has changed. Uh, it's been more positive. I'll see that. And you can check out my original review of the movie Tusk. I'm reviewing Tusk, as you can see by the title. Uh, title. It's right here. But first time I watched it, I was mixed on it. Watching it again, I like it a lot more. What improved on me watching it a second time was the third act. At first, when I first saw the movie, I thought the third act was kind of a mess. Seeing it again, I thought it worked a little bit better. I even though I still don't like the very end, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But I'm not gonna really go into that much, except for the stuff I didn't go into my original review. But pretty much, what I thought didn't work originally, uh, that I do now, was how Justin Waller's his character Wallace, get it, how he turned into a walrus. And first time I was not only first time I saw it, not only was it disturbing, I just felt uncomfortable throughout the rest of the film. This time I knew it was coming. I knew exactly what it was gonna look like, and I already have a preconceived notion how to feel. So if it worked for me better, it's or in other words, I was more used to it now. One thing I originally didn't like either was the Johnny Depp character. Uh, didn't think he was all that funny the first time. Second time, I thought he I did get a lot of chuckles out of him. Um, the accent. When he's explaining the victims how they end up looking, he says, what was the line? He says, it's like a crucified T-Rex. I thought that was funny. When they're in the convenience store and then you see Johnny Depp's daughter and Kevin Smith's daughter, and they say how they saw Justin Long in the store, and then they tell him he wrote in the notepad. You give them a notepad. No, you give them a notepad. And then Johnny Depp's character says, "Someone must give me the notepad now." By the way, I can't do a French accent, so. Um, and the climax of the movie, I originally didn't like also, but I thought it worked a little bit better. How Michael Park's character, uh, how he's dressed as he is dressed up as a walrus, and he's trying to teach Justin Long how to go full walrus. If he wants to survive, he has gotta go full walrus. And he does get that, then Justin Long kills Michael Park's character. Um, but and then everything I liked originally about it, I still liked. I like the actors. They did a good job. I liked the entire first act. I really liked that. That was really funny. The build up to Justin Long becoming Walrus, still really like that. I liked Michael Parks' backstory. How you find out he was abused and raped in an all boys school when he was much younger, and how he survived being stranded out in sea. He survived because of a walrus, and that's why he has this obsession with walruses. How a man can become better if they are a walrus. Pretty much, that's pretty much his way of thinking. But he's fucking crazy. Yeah, Michael Parks did a really good job. Except I still don't like the flashback when Johnny Depp's character tells the girlfriend and Haley Joel Osment about how he might have ran into Michael Parks. And then you see I still think that scene is not necessary. At least to having it be so long. I still think it goes on for too long. And I don't like Michael Parks' accent in that scene. He did a good job throughout the whole movie, except for the last scene. I did not like him. He was a little bit annoying, talking like, "Ooh, you gonna get the spider." I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you talking like that? It's not really funny. All the ways you could have talked, you talked like that. Ooh, you get the spider. There's a spider in my house. You get the spider. You kill the spider. You kill the spider. Okay. And the ending. How they decide not to kill Justin Long, yet they still can't turn him back into a human. So they have him stay at this like zoo place. I'm like, what? What the fuck is wrong with you? The girlfriend, and then you see this scene, which is a flashback to that connects to the ending. How she explained to Justin Long about how she told him that her grandpa was crying, or I think she was crying. I can't remember which one was crying, but she pretty much explained to Justin Long when he was still human how her grandpa said it's okay to cry. That's what separates us from the animals. Pretty much, if you cry, it makes you human. But I'm thinking that's kind of bullshit, because don't dogs cry? I'm not a pet expert or anything, but dogs cry, right? Some animals cry. So, well, that's kind of a bullshit philosophy, in my opinion. And, him as well at the end, he cries. She tells him, I love you. Yo. He cries, oh, he's still human. But here's a raw fish, go eat it. What? Fuck? Worst girlfriend ever. But then again, he was kind of a douchebag to her because he's cheating on her. And one thing I'll point out, I don't think I pointed this out in my original review, about how there's a scene where Justin Long's talking to his girlfriend and she's telling him, I miss the old Wallace. He used to be funnier. All this and that. And then Justin Long says something interesting. Oh, like before you did podcasts, I think that's what she said. Before you did podcasts, you were different. And then he says like, the all was a loser who just did nothing but Star Wars jokes and blah blah. It was a slacker loser who just, had Star Wars jokes. And I'm thinking, Kevin Smith, are you talking about yourself? Ooh, okay. I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay. Now Kevin Smith he's a podcaster, pothead, who makes weirdish movies like Red State and Tusk, and not movies like Clerks and Mallrats. Yeah, I enjoy this. I enjoy this movie a lot more. I still have issues with it. I still think, this is my opinion, I still think Red State is a better movie. But I both movies, I can understand why this one gets. I think I mentioned this in my original review. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Anyway, I'm going off topic here. I can understand why people don't like this movie. It is out there, but I'll say it works better on repeat viewing. It did for me. I liked it a lot more. What the hell? Anyway, Red State, I still don't get the hate for that movie. You really don't. But I like both movies. Still miss old Kevin Smith, but I guess he knows that. So maybe that's why he's doing Clerks 3 again. Hope it turns out good. But I enjoy Tusk a lot more the second time. It's good because I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I don't want to dislike his movies. So there's only two movies of his I still don't like, and I don't think my opinion is gonna change of those. It's Jersey Girl and Cop Out. Not a fan of those movies. Everything else he's done, I've either liked, really, really liked, or fucking loved. And it's good. I Dust worked a lot better for me the second time. So this is kind of a second chance review. It's a good thing I saw it again because I originally wasn't gonna see it, but there's a lot of people I know that really, really liked it, and I thought maybe I should give it a second chance. Good thing I did. So sometimes when you don't like a movie, you're disappointed with it, but you really, really want to like it, watch it again, see what you think about it next. Because after you watch a movie at least 2 times, you really know what you feel about it. But that's a good thing. I enjoy Tusk. Hopefully Kevin Smith does a good job with this next movie, which is Yoga Hosers. It's gonna star his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter as the same characters they played in the movie. It's the Canadian. They're pretty much like I guess they're Canadian female. It's like the Canadian female versions of Dante and Randall from Clerks, because they both work in a convenience store, and they're younger, but seems that way, and Johnny Depp's gonna return as the detective, so it's gonna be interesting how that movie turns out, and then he's gonna do Clerks 3 next, which hope it's good, but those are my thoughts on Tusk. What you can do is watch my original review. I go into a little more detail. Yeah, I didn't spoil it, and here I went more spoilers and said what I liked more, what improved with the movie for me, pretty much. But if you haven't seen it, spoiler for you, but check it out anyway. I think you might like it, and he might not see this video, but still, shout out to Kevin Smith for favoring. Let me rephrase that. For putting 2 of my tweets in his favorites. The one I had to do with Tusk, which I gave the positive feedback to him about Tusk after watching it a second time, and the other one was about Dogma. Thank you, Kevin Smith. You are holy. King of the nerds. But that's pretty much all I have to say about Tusk. I will review probably his VOSQ films sometime. I guess when Clerks 3 comes out, because those are my favorites of Kevin Smith easily. VOSQ, that's where he shines all the time. So I'm kind of rambling on, but thanks for watching, and see you next time. Adios.